Welcome back to Fool Us. And now to close out our show, entertainment's greatest duo, Penn and Teller.
Right now, if you go to Las Vegas Boulevard, right here at the corner of Flamingo, and look down the street, you'll see marquees advertising Magic Show by Shin Lim. We're going to start right here on this stage on Fool Us. And Piff, the Magic Dragon, right across the street. We'll also get a start on this show. And then you'll see Matt Franco and Mac King, who didn't get their start with us, but they've been on the show. Now, if you look straight up, you'll see a huge picture of David Copperfield, who certainly did not get his start on our show, but was nice enough to make an appearance. All this wonderful magic with some slight relation to our show. And you might think we're bragging, but we're not, far from it. If you were on the Strip with all those famous, amazing magicians and all those pictures and lights and videos and mega hype right there in your face, and you stop someone and ask them to name a magician, they're most likely to name Harry Houdini, a magician who's been dead for 94 years. Houdini is still more famous than all the rest of us put together. Houdini's name means magic. Teller is a Houdini collector. He has handcuffs and a cross that Houdini escaped from. He has a picture frame that belonged to Bess Houdini. Teller keeps this picture of Bess Houdini in the frame, but he loves the frame because Bess brought it to every seance she did after Harry died. She'd put a picture of Harry in the frame to kind of watch over the seance. Houdini died on Halloween. What a showman. And she did a seance the last day of October every year to see if he'd come back from the dead. This was not because they were believers. Houdini spent a lot of his career busting spiritualists, people who claimed to talk to the dead. No big deal. But they also claimed the dead talked back. A very big deal and very not true. They tried all sorts of scams to prove they could communicate with the dead. Stunts like these spirit pictures. A trick photo of a grieving mother surrounded by the people she loved that had passed away. It's hard to even imagine the predatory cruelty of that. Houdini claimed that if anyone could come back from the dead, he would. Now, some people take this to mean that Houdini believed in life after death. We don't think so. We think he meant, if I don't come back, nobody can, so shut up. Every year on Halloween, Bess had a seance. Spiritualists showed up from all over the world trying to convince Bess they'd contacted her dear husband. We would never exploit grief for fame. But we would have loved to try to show Bess a trick that would have given her pause, not to defraud Bess, but to honor Harry. A few rules. Like always on Fool Us, there won't be any camera tricks. We could do this trick in the room live with Bess. We're also not going to use any technology that was not available in Bess's time. The flashlight was invented in 1899, so that's fair. Shining a flashlight on her precious frame would not have been a miracle. It would not have convinced her. Projection of her beloved into a frame would not prove that he cheated eternity. It's just a projection. But the next part of our trick, we turned off the flashlight and the picture stayed there. We hope that might have amazed her just a little bit. The pieces of glass come apart. And in the frame is the picture of Bess and Harry. It's a real picture. And on the back, in Houdini's handwriting, it says, Bess, even though I can't come back from the dead, I can love you for all eternity. Harry. And we love you too, Harry. And now, you've been on Fool Us.
this show to bed. We'll turn it on and turn it up again when Foolish returns. Good night.